And good morning. Welcome to the Thursday morning announcements. How you doing? Boss Hog, Gina French, Barbara Jackson, Fisherman Fever, Chevy Fish, Dragon Lair, Curtis Jackson, Danikin Aquatics, and everyone who's going to be slowly moving on in here. Hope everyone's having a good start to their day, end of the day, middle of the day, wherever you are in this world. Gotta get settled in here and get comfortable. Got a few announcements. A Dragon Lair is here. The snake is gone. Hemi, my Irian carpet python, is officially making her way through the USPS Postal Service. Hopefully doing all right. I'm a little nervous. First time shipping a reptile ever. So yeah. James, my friend, it's good to see you. I feel like I haven't seen you in forever. It's been a while since I've been able to make one of your live streams. Hopefully next time, though. Hopefully next time. Copper Canyon, what's up, buddy? Your Molly dropped 127 fry last night. What? That sounds crazy. 127. Did I say Curtis Jackson? Jackson? Yes, that is 50 cents. Curtis Schindler. Who, me? Yes, you. Good morning from the beautiful, sunny, all year round Caribbean island of Barbados. I have always wanted to go there. Always. Always. You're the only James I know right now, buddy. I'm sure I know more than one James, but you're the only one I can think of right now. So you're the only one that matters, apparently. JH Aquatics, what's up, Joseph? Joseph, finally in Vermont. I bet that feels good. Jimmy? Jimmy? Well, Jimmy is Jimmy. Jimmy is not James. Jimmy is Jimothy. Ginger Graves, good morning from rainy Tennessee. It is a great morning here in rainy Washington as well. I am so glad that I did not rub? I read this comment, rub it in while I was talking. That sounded weird. But anyways, I'm so glad I did not put fish out in my pond because it got super cold last night. Super cold. Insanely cold. And I'm pretty sure everything would have died. So I'm glad I didn't put anything in the pond. That being said, as far as ponds, I do have corridores for the 300-gallon pond. 40 peppered corridores, so pretty excited about that. As soon as it gets warmer. We are almost into June. How crazy is that, people? It is almost June already, and I still can't put fish outside. Terrible. Terrible. As soon as flights start back up, you should start planning to come. I thought flights have already opened up, but I don't know. I know flights are really cheap right now. Tammy says, hello from England. Wow. Could you please tell me about your background on your tank behind you? So this is a tank from Swisky, his name is Jimmy, another YouTuber. I want to say that this is like about 40 gallons, but I don't know for sure. There's Celestial Pearl Danios in there and Pseudomagills in there. And looks like some of the plant is Hygrophila Pintofinita, or I don't know how to pronounce that. Looks like we got some moss in there, some Anubias possibly, and yeah, that's about all I know about it. Dirty Old Farmhand says, can I see Bad Bob today? Maybe if you guys get me going. I do have something to talk about for the morning announcements. There's a video on the tank behind Bob. There you go. There you go. Domestic flights never stopped. Curtis says, I assume ponds need to be cycled just like a tank, right? That is correct. You got to cycle everything you want to put fish in. Same here in Alabama, 59 last night, usually in the 70s. I can't believe how cold it was last night. Cold. But anyways, we got to talk about a rumor. Kind of a funny rumor. Normally I don't like rumors, but this one is all right. I had actually a few people message me yesterday asking if I was shipping fish for aquarium co-op. I don't even know how something like that gets started, but Just to put that to bed right now. Stop that rumor. No, I am not shipping fish for Aquarium Co-op. And Aquarium Co-op has no plans to ship fish. So I don't know where these things get started. I think a lot of people are just bored right now. But yeah, I had a couple people message me yesterday like, when did you start shipping fish for the co-op? I'm like, I don't know. You tell me. Pinit a fida. Ginger says, I still don't have fish out. Annoying weather. It's crazy. The only thing I can hope for is maybe the warm season stays longer, like into the fall, winter, maybe. Maybe might get lucky. Because if I don't have fish out by June, that's going to be very annoying. Christopher says, good morning, Steenfott. I have kind of a loaded question. It will be in 2 parts. All right. Joseph says, I need to learn how to fish ship. Yes. Yeah, it's it's not that bad. James says, you need to come hang out on a stream again sometime, but I know you're busy. Not really, honestly. I mean, I'm not shipping fish. I'm busy doing a lot of other things, but I would come on anytime you want, buddy. I don't really care. Whenever you want. As long as it's not like, as long as you don't message me and say, hey, come on in like 20 minutes, then it should be all right. But if we actually plan something out, like I've been wanting to do like a Saturday night stream for a while. I think it would be fun. I already have fish out in tubs. They're doing fine, even though it's cold-ish. Cold-ish. Duke Nukem is here. Hey, I haven't seen you in forever. Howdy doody, macaroni. It's hot as balls in Florida, apparently. Aqua Discovery, thank you. I'm still waiting for this 2-part loaded question. 2-part loaded question. Thank you, Bob and Candy. What? Oh, here it is. Here it is. I think so. I think we got it. I have a 9-gallon planted bowl that has been set up for 2 weeks now. Is it okay to do a little plant trimming, or should I wait a bit more? Well, that's completely up to you and your plants. Are they ready to be trimmed? That's the real question. There's no like set time frame on how long you have to wait to trim plants on a new tank. So plants in like the tank cycle, if that's what you're worried about, it doesn't really matter. If they're ready to be trimmed, trim away. It won't make a difference. What nanofish do you recommend for my 9-gallon bowl? Well, is it heated? Is it filtered? What do you got going on in there? Our nights have been still cooler, so that's why I put out white clouds. Yeah, I think my Panagaros will do all right in the colder weather. I think the pepper corridors. I know that the rads, Radinocentris rainbows will do well. I've asked in multiple different fish, rainbow fish groups, like what's the coldest you guys have kept these at, and no one ever answers. So I guess, well, I'll be finding out on my own. It is heated and filtered. Temp is 78. Oh man. What would I put in a 9-gallon bowl? Honestly, I would probably put a betta fish or shrimp or something super small, like chili rasboras. Yeah. Betta, chili rasboras, or shrimp, or chili rasboras and shrimp is what I would do. Ginger, have to worry about Bob, but now James is threatening you too. What? Mike's Fish Shack says, really glad I decided on a boring goldfish outside this year, or would have been frozen fish. Man, it's crazy. I'm starting to look into goldfish again, but I don't know. I don't know yet. 10 tiny spotted rasbora. Can African dwarf frogs live with rainbow sharks? Rainbow sharks can get kind of angry. Man, I don't know. Do it, please. Do what? Do what, Nisi? I joined a rainbow fish group on Facebook, and lo and behold, me and Bob Steenfott, also a member. Yep. Yeah, there's some really good rainbow fish groups out there. Definitely. Work lurking on top chat. Hello, I may have missed. Oh, I always keep it on top chat. You guys know me. If your comment isn't good enough to make it on top chat, then it's not good enough to read anyways. Oh, I'm kidding, people. I'm kidding. Calm down. Oh, goldfish. Yeah, but I want to find like some really nice goldfish without having to pay like $200. Where's Bob Kaler? I don't know. Is Candy here? Just kidding. Candy's here. That tasted weird. I don't know why. My husband just brought a kitten home. The kitty is 6 weeks old, and we have an English Mastiff. I am willing to bet that the English Mastiff will do just fine. If you acclimate your kitty properly. Gotta acclimate him. Yeah, when I find that unicorn of a seller, let you know. I'm telling you. Especially once you pay wholesale for fish, you never want to go back. And then you see these goldfish that are like $200. You're like, ugh, $200 for a goldfish. I mean, it's pretty awesome, and I get it, but I got some red neon rainbows a few weeks back. Such gorgeous and interesting fish. That is true. That is true. Did you say kitty? Meow. What have I got? I should be getting rainbow fish next week. I'm really excited. Definitely need to stock up on fish. It's been pretty dry out there, but slowly but surely. That kitty will boss the Mastiff around. Just wait and see. I have found Mastiffs to be nothing but very loving animals, if acclimated right. Mine absolutely hates my neighbor's dog, but everyone hates the neighbor's dog, so I can't blame them. Amber just messaged you a picture. Are you talking to me? I feel like you're talking to someone else. Bob's, when your store back up? I can't remember. It depends on when I can get fish for a price that I can resell them at. I was hoping June 1st. I'll have something available June 1st. Probably just rainbows, though. It'll probably come back online. It'll be just rainbows, and we'll see how that works out. You certainly can't run a business on just selling rainbow fish, though. They're not popular enough. They're really expensive, and it should be interesting to see how that works out. But you know what? I'm not afraid to try. They're certainly not afraid to try. Yes, is trying to says trying summer tubbing for the first time. California Bay Area hard water. It gets really hot. What floating plants would survive? I've had terrible luck with floating plants, except for duckweed. It's the only thing that survives in my ponds during the summer. Maybe Barbara, you're kind of in that area. Any floating plants that work out there? Nothing has worked for me ever. Speaking of Barbara, she says, I've adopted my niece's 2 goldfish, 1 comet and 1 fantail. They'll need a new tank. They came in a 10-gallon. To her credit, they are really healthy. Well, that's good. Gary Duncan, always asking, will you be getting more green dragons? That is the plan. That is the plan. But you never know what's going to happen these days. Too many weird things going on. The good thing about the green dragons, though, is that I do get them somewhat locally. They're not local enough that I can just, like, hop in my bike and ride over and get them. But they're in the same state, at least. So, hopefully. I still have some. I think Probably about 10%, 10-15% of them are short fin, and so I only have a couple long fins left from before I shut down. But they are getting some good size to them. That's the plus thing about this whole whatever's going on, is that the fish I do have are growing out, so they'll be bigger. And I don't plan on charging more for them just because they're bigger. Sounds like a good question for Zenzo. Tenenzo. You ignored my question earlier, so here it is again. I always miss the questions, but I never miss the you missed my question comments. Are you still volunteering for the animal shelter? Of course I am. I will never, ever, ever stop. Ever, ever. There's not very many dogs there. A lot of them have been fostered out, which is great. Technically, my new dog is still a foster, but I've already told him he's not going back. I was there yesterday, and there is the most amazing German Shepherd. And it's so weird when I see, like, the notes on him. You can't really fault the animal shelter. You know, they have a lot of volunteers with varying skill levels. But there's a huge German Shepherd. And, like, it's written in big words, like, this dog is a handful, but it's just the sweetest dog ever. But I could see I think people just get intimidated by the size. I think that's all it is. But they're so sweet. And if I didn't already have, like, two dominant, it's a male, and I already have, like, two dominant males, and I can't get another big dog. It's just not enough room. Hey, does anyone know of a good rainbow dealers in Canada? Really struggling to find anything good. You're probably going to have to try to find private breeders. There was supposed to be a gigantic rainbow fish convention in Canada this year, but unfortunately it got canceled. But I don't personally know of anyone in Canada. At least not that I can think of off the top of my head. I like my green dragons. Every so often I see them. I think as they get older, they'll get a little more boisterous. The Fish Tank Barn with the $5 super chat sticker, whatever, with the hippopotamus sticker. I've never seen that one before. I like it. I'm more worried about my 3-year-old daughter killing the kitty. Yikes. I hope you mean, like, killing it on accident. Oh, man. John says, can you keep male rainbows together? Kind of like African cichlid setup? Oh, yeah. A lot of people do male-only tanks just because the males are the ones that color up. I don't like doing male-only tanks because you lose a lot of their natural behavior. I mean, obviously, if you throw in some females in a room full of males, the behavior is going to change, right? So if you do only male tanks, then you don't see that behavior. So you do miss out on some stuff, but I can't deny that a tank full of males look better than a tank full of mixed males and females. But I like the behavior of fish more than the looks. Longfin or gold white clouds? Longfin for sure. Black glittery background, dark substrate, lots of wood and nubias. My grandpa fish needs some new friends. Longfin all the way. Longfin all the way. Mike's Fish Shack says, your shelter is open, Bob. Ours out here is appointment only for the rest of the year. Ours is not open to the public. But yeah, basically, if there is a dog, you fill out everything online and then you just go in. They don't let you in, and they just do everything out in the parking lot. But yeah, not open to the public. And I gotta say, I love it because there's so many, like, there's way less red tape when there's not the public walking around. Like, we can keep doors open, everything's so much easier, but definitely not as good for the animals that need to be adopted because nobody can see them. How many bows Monty would you put in a 75 as minimum? Hippopotamus, probably at least a dozen. I mean, it really depends on the type because, like, Praecox, Macolichi, Parva, they're smaller species, or like yellows, reds, turquoise. They're bigger species, so it really depends, but at least a dozen, probably like 18. For the person who asked about fishies for a 9-gallon, perhaps some autos. Those are adorable, but not sure if they would work in it for a tank that size. Yeah, and the other thing with autos is it's really, in my experience, autos, they need to be in a really like aged aquarium as well. They do so much better in an aquarium that's been set up for a very long time. How many available money? Thanks for answering my question. Absolutely. I try to answer everyone's questions, but I do miss some comments. But that's the one thing I like about the Thursday stream. There's less people, and I see more comments. Hoon Aquatics says Dave Pauls is a great Canadian breeder. The question is, where does he sell his fish? Are they on Aquabid? There's some crazy rainbow fish on Aquabid right now. And if I had a job, I would totally be buying them, because the ones I want are $250 frickin' dollars, and that's just the bid right now. Autos don't handle pH swings that happen in small aquariums. That's another good point, Aqua Discovery. I would say that autos are definitely a little bit more sensitive to water swings, to parameters. How many dwarf neon rainbow fish in what, a 75? A couple dozen, easy. What is it? Chilotherina axelrodi. Yep, $250. 200. Yikes. I have heard constantly, and honestly, one of the things that's holding me up the most, well, besides lack of fish, I would say, is shipping. Every time I mention shipping on here, I get people that message me horror stories. Dwayne messaged me this morning. I haven't got a chance to reply if you're listening, but his fish are delayed like 4 days already. And I was really nervous about sending my snake out. I shipped it 2 days. It already says it's going to be 3, so that kind of worries me. And that's probably my biggest hang up, because honestly, I do have fish in my fish room. It's not like my fish room is empty. There is fish in there. Probably out of everything that was on my website, there's probably about 15% that I have. But it's, I don't know. You know, these are fish that, even though they're for sale, I still love them, and I don't want anything to happen to them. So I'm really, I don't know. I'm just worried about shipping right now. Like I said, I hear so many horror stories. And I know that there's a lot of people that are still shipping with success. But I have not seen that success personally, so I'm still really worried about it. Those new, Barbara says, those new pretty yellow rainbows you got recently, what kind were those again? Gorgeous. The Amari. Somebody told me how to pronounce it, but I already forgot. Matter of fact, Priscilla, she runs a fish store, and she sent me a picture of their first shipment that they've got in a while, I assume. I don't know. And they were all dead. Every single fish was dead. So, Verena Guy says, I share your sentiments. My biggest anxiety about breeding is the prospect of shipping the babies. Yep. Charles says, I've only been having fish shipped to me with overnight. I've had one fish shipped to me priority. It took an extra 2 days. Luckily, it was a betta, so it survived. And honestly, like, it's not even that big of a deal if fish are in the mail for 7 days, but it's just added stress. And, every time you add an extra day on there, it's just increasing the odds that it's going to die. Aqua Discovery says, dang, where do you guys get fish? I prefer from Washington and California with no shipping delays, just a little longer processing side, but that's it. You order. My fish come from California or Florida. I have terrible luck with the ones that come from Florida. Fish from Fever says, Bob, I think you're onto something with that Memphis hub you mentioned. I got fish from my door to Zen's in 26-ish hours. Expected delivery was 4 days. I'm telling you, man, the Tennessee hub, they're on. They're on it. They do good. The Sacramento hub, probably the worst in the nation. Carrie Yellen with the $20 super chat for your Axel Rod-Eye fund. Whew, don't tempt me. Don't tempt me, but you guys got to see these fish. I mean, let's take a look. And we're going to go. So here we go right here. These fish are awesome. Amazing. There's only like 2 people in the US that have these fish, and now one of them is selling fry. And I think these are absolutely amazing. These are not even fired up. The vertical lines on the lower torso there, those get like really, really black. The yellow on the fins, they really flare up. They're beautiful fish. And yeah, they're pretty awesome. Remember, you lose sound. Nice. I want the precious. Beautiful. And don't forget your mic volume. Yeah. Yeah. Aqua Discovery. My issue from Washington fish is the slow acclimation because of soft to hard water. It might be the same issue going from hard to soft for you. Actually, technically, there should be no issue from going soft to hard. When you go from hard to soft water, they can go into osmotic shock. But it's always better for fish to go from soft to hard water. So I'm actually surprised if you've had issues with Washington fish. Because honestly, the plop and drop is like perfect from soft to hard water. Okay, just get them. You know you're gonna. No, I'm not. Because one, it's not a buyout auction, it's a bid. And I can't afford to go out of control on a $250 fish. Just not gonna happen. Hey Bob, I have a 50-gallon acrylic tank. What rainbow fish would you recommend for that size? I don't want big fish. They don't have any room to move. Well, what size is it? Is it like a 4-foot tank, a 3-foot tank? That would make a big difference. If it's a 50-gallon, like 4-foot tank, honestly, I would do dwarf neon rainbows. Mike says, unfortunately, I lost one of the rare rainbow breeder males, Wonga Creek trifasciata. I lost one of my lip sticker males about a month ago. So I'm down to 5 total. 2 males and 3 females. It's always unfortunate when that happens. Especially because you never know why. You never know why. Like, all the other fish in the tank are fine. But it happens. It happens. There's nothing you can do about it. Just kind of get angry and then move on. Ginger says, I agree, fish from fever. I have success with fish no matter who delivers it. UPS, USPS, or FedEx. Here we go. 4 feet long, 12 in the front to back, and 20. So basically like a 55-gallon tank. 4 foot by 12 by probably 18 would be, I think, a 55. So either way, 50, 55. As long as it's a 4-foot tank, I would get a school of Macculachai or Praecox. So the dwarf neon rainbow, super awesome fish. You get like 12 of them. They'll be in there schooling around all day. Pamela, hello. And who else? I thought there was somebody else I saw sneak in here, but I guess not. Bid boldly or go home, Carrie. Oh man, it's yeah. I don't think so, Carrie. I mean, I feel bad because now you got me at $45 in super chats, but I mean, this auction, if we get into a bidding war, this auction is going to go well over 300. Plus, it's $80 to ship overnight from Eric Bodrock. It's like $400. But I do really appreciate it. But man, I don't think I'm there yet. What rainbow fish for a 2-foot tank? Pseudomogils. They're a dwarf rainbow. Yeah, but any pseudomogil. Instead of one, they hired a third party after I contacted them and let them know it was an animal, and they got me to me that same night from Chicago. Wait, what? The only problem I've ever had with FedEx is when my female Ackie was shipped, their plane broke down, it was going to be delayed. Problem was it was a holiday, so the delay would be 2 days. And we are coming up on a holiday weekend as well. Hope everyone has some... What is this? Why do I have an alarm set for 9:30? Anyways, what was I talking about? I don't know, but whatever. There's some other cool fish on here too. Basically all of these fish. Let's go back. The Isom, I already have these. Laticlavia, I already have those. These are pretty cool. Another super rare rainbow. Pretty nice. These are probably the ones. Well, no. See, even these are $140. Holy smokes. Moorhead River. I would buy these just for the name. That's right. That's true. Just for the name. Moorhead. Anyways, the Uchi, whatever. You guys can't see it. Here it is, right here. Uchinsis. I don't know. This is another really cool fish. I like the long, slender bodies. I'm not gonna lie. So many cool rainbow fish. I don't know why this is not fitting on my screen, but sorry about that. Anytime you see fish from all Oddball Aquatics or Roseline 17, you know you're getting good stuff. Oh, there's actually 2 pages of rainbow fish. Oh. This guy right here, definitely do not recommend this guy. If you join any rainbow fish group, they will not speak kindly of that guy. Sorry, Living Artwork, but you sell rainbow fish under the wrong name, so the rainbow people don't like you. LD Brown is another good one right here. Those are like the 3: Roseline, LD Brown, all Oddball Aquatics. Roseline has all of the look at the Tewa Creek here. Tewa Creek, these guys. Whoo, look at that. You can't really see it, but I need to figure out this aspect ratio nonsense. That is a good looking fish. Bruce says you live down the road from Eric. Oh man, that would be trouble for me. I would love to go check out his fish room though. Anyways, let's come back. I gotta write that down. All right, got myself a note to fix the aspect ratio. Mark Nicholson has super rare pseudomogils on Aquabid. Oh, I just closed it down. Pam likes big butts apparently. Alan I Suwiro. I don't know how to pronounce any of this stuff. You know, the funny thing is I've heard like 1,800 Gary Lang talks where he pronounces the names of all of these, and I still pronounce them wrong. So, to all you people that are angry when I mispronounce names, deal with it. It's always going to happen. Never going to stop. Mark Nicholson has super rare. Oh, I just read that. Mike's Fish Shack. What? I have some red root floating plants, and I have some red rainbow fish with. Red root floaters are amazing. Probably my favorite floating plant of all time. I want some deep water creeks. Yep, those are nice as well. Really nice. Aqua Discovery says it was during winter, so maybe just weak fish. Fish for Washington now are coming in a lot better, except CPDs. I think everybody has had issues with CPDs. I don't ever plan on owning CPDs ever again, and I would definitely never bring them in to sell either. There's just nothing but problems. Will my Millennium Red rainbow fish lay eggs in my red root floating plants instead of spawning mops? It's possible. It's certainly possible. I've had rainbow spawn without spawning mops all the time, so it's certainly possible. Brandon Guy says, I think once the tetras start going in the 40-gallon breeder, I'll replace them with pseudomcgills. Thread fins are awesome. Yep, thread fins are awesome. Especially, I mean, you get those full-grown adults with those tall dorsal fins. They're pretty sweet. Dominique says, I recently got Glow Light Danio. So much more beautiful in person. Yep. A very underrated Danio for sure. UPS are living the dream. Hey, guys. Hey. Agreed. Red root floaters are awesome. Have them in all my tanks. Sad that they spread so fast I'd have to throw some away. That's better than them not growing at all, though. Let's be honest. But yeah, there's any floating plant you're going to be throwing away. If your floating plants are doing well, you're going to be throwing them away. Christopher says, are there any nano species of rainbow fish? Yep, pseudomcgills. Look up pseudomcgills. Technically, I don't know technically, but you might be able to call the Radinoscentris a nano, but I feel like they're a little bit too big for nano. But if you do pseudomcgills, then that's definitely, because they get pseudomcgills, the rainbow fish that's in the tank right behind me, so you can see how small they are. Now, keep in mind that this tank is blown up to be in the background, but you don't really get a good view of the males. But as you can see, super active fish, and they're just really fun to watch. Also got some nice hardy dwarf emerald rasboras. Dwarf emerald rasboras. I think I have some of those. Pretty sure I do. What minimum tank size would you recommend for turquoise or bosemani? Anything that is 4 feet long. They definitely need a 4-foot tank as adults. What rainbow would you recommend with 36 rummy nose rasboras? Anything. It would depend. Well, I mean, it depends on the tank size. What size tank are you working with? So fricatas are technically rainbows. Technically, I don't think any pseudomcgills are technically rainbow fish, but they are rainbow fish. It's kind of like the Madagascar rainbow. Technically not a rainbow fish, but you know, we felt bad for them. They didn't really have a place in the fish world, so we included them. We included them with rainbow fish. The red root floater plants are great for removing nitrates and adding oxygen for the outdoor ponds, and the leaves turn red if it's in direct sunlight. Iron would help too. Definitely. If you want your red root floaters to be red, you got to get that iron. But not too much. Don't kill your fish. So would probably outcompete the discus for food. The tank is a 36-gallon, and there's 8 of them in there right now. So the only 36-gallon I know of, off the top of my head, is the bow front. If it's a 36-gallon bow front, you're gonna have to do something like something small, again, like the Praecox, which is the dwarf neon, is the common name. That's probably what I would go with. The dwarf, you know, the thing about the dwarf neon, it might be the best overall rainbow fish. I think I'm okay with giving it that title. I mean, price-wise, they're only like $5, generally like that $5 to $7 range, which is pretty good for a rainbow. They get like 3 inches. They're super colorful, super friendly, and super active. Yeah, I'd say all around they might be the best rainbow fish. Mean Mug Aquatics. What's going on this morning? How's everybody doing today? I'm doing fantastic, my friend. Curtis says, I still got 12 of the 13 I got from you. Can I breed dwarf neon rainbow fish? I don't know. Can you? Do you have that skill set? I don't know. They're definitely bred a lot in captivity, but, you know, I don't know if you have that skill set. You can certainly try. Can we get some more thumbs up so Candy and Zen don't thwack? 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 Anyways. Anybody else video all green? Reload the page, my friend. Reload the page. I am not green. Something in my water must disagree with them. I've tried neon dwarfs a number of times in different tanks and they always get red splotches and never make it. That's interesting because I would also say they're one of the most hardiest rainbow fish. But there are those fish that I've tried that just never work out. For me, that fish is rummy nose tetras. They never live. I cannot keep those fish alive for the life of me, no matter what. Doesn't matter where they came from, whether they're big, small, they just die every single time I get them. But the dwarf neons, like, they can go in just about any water parameters. But that can be said about almost any rainbow fish. Like, they're very forgiving. They're forgiving of water parameters. They're not forgiving of dirty water. So the one thing about rainbow fish is you definitely got to do your water changes or they'll get sick fast. Don't get Bob angry. You won't like him when he's angry. Some people seem to enjoy me when I'm angry. I don't know. Dirty old farmhand keeps trying to tip me off. Would I set up a shrimp tank? Absolutely. Shrimp are awesome. I love shrimp. They're amazingly fun to watch, especially for how small they are. I don't know what it is. There's just something about them. I have set up shrimp tanks in the past. I have shrimp in almost all my tanks currently, so yeah. Shrimp are awesome. Get shrimp. I have, what do I have? I have blue dream, I have orange, I have yellow, I have red, I have a mono, I have red crystal shrimp, I have blue pearl shrimp. That might be it. That might be all. My blue daisies rice fish always die. I have given up. Yeah, I think if you're in this game long enough, eventually everyone will find that one fish they just can't keep alive. Mike's Fish Shack, neon tetras are my nemesis, and that's true for a lot of people. Actually, a lot of people. Can you show the most common water bugs? I have some type of bug in my aquarium. Well, I think the problem will be is that a common water bug in Tennessee is going to be probably completely different than the bugs I have out here in my water. I mean, I'm not sure. I'm not an expert on bugs, but I wouldn't be worried about little worms at all. That I get the little worms, and normally the fish just eat them after a while. Cherry shrimp won't work with rainbows, will they? Yes, neos will absolutely work with rainbows. No problem at all. I mean, the rainbows are going to eat them. You got to think they're fish, so anything that can fit in their mouth, they're going to eat, right? But it can absolutely be done very, very easily. You just need like heavily planted tanks, lots of places for the shrimp to hide, and it's usually not a problem. John says, I've never had any luck with any tetra. Wow. But I've not bought any at least in 10 years. Only cichlids. All right. Well, you're a cichlid guy. Nothing wrong with that. Bob, that's funny. Rummy noses have been long-lasting and hardy. Still have the original 25 I started with. Yeah, I can't spend any more money on rummy nose tetras. I've tried it. They die. I would say neon tetras. Like, if I want a group of like 20 neon tetras, then I gotta buy like 30 to end up with 20. So they're not as bad. Like when I buy rummy nose, they all die. But hey, buddy. I love bugs in the water. My fish love to eat them. Yep, I got so much going on in the ponds outside. I really need to get fish out there. There's so many bugs. I have 2 semi-clear cherry shrimp and a large vase vase. They came from a club auction bag. I'm afraid they will be food in my tanks. Yeah, I've come home with some random random shrimp before. Just bid on some rainbows from all oddball aquatics. I blame Steenfott Aquatics. Well, I'm curious which ones. I really want to know which ones. Would I take any Medeca rice fish? Are you asking like would I keep them myself or? Currently I don't have any room for any more fish, but I would if you're asking if I would ever keep them, probably eventually I would give them a try. Right now they're pretty low on my list though. Bob, I didn't get any fishes from Aquabid. The second group of Epistos with only 4 in it auctioned off $101 last night after the first group of 5 went for 81. Yeah, he's cleaning up, man. Those are pretty good quality, though. Those are pretty good quality. I mean, I'll be breeding them too. I'll have them eventually. But, yeah, it's better to get it right from the source, right? I think I missed a comment in there. Sorry about that. I don't remember which one it was, though. Bob, do you have your Cyprichromis in the same parameters as your rainbow fish? And can rainbow fish and Cyprichromis go in the same tank? Rainbow fish can go in Cyprichromis water. Cyprichromis I would not put in rainbow fish water, if that makes sense. I would not keep them in the same tank either because rainbow fish are extremely fast. I'm thinking Paracyprichromis. Cyprichromis, would I keep Cyprichromis with rainbows? Probably not. Probably not. Cyprichromis are going to be way more peaceful than rainbows. Generally, rainbows are peaceful fish, but they can be fin nippers. And I don't know. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't keep them together. Actually, Rose says I have a big brine shrimp net, and I go by the lake to try to catch all kinds of tiny critters to add to my tanks. They eat it up. Oh, would I keep them? Yeah, it's probably a fish that I would keep, like I said, at some point, but it's currently not very high on my list. I have both neons and rainbows in my 55. Probably scuds. What? Oh. Yeah, probably not Cyclops. If it's probably scuds. I would guess scuds over Cyclops. Trying rice fish. Science Gal is trying a rice fish for the first time. Bid on the Picta. No one has bid on them yet. Ginger Graves. Those are excellent fish. Excellent fish. Mine's an infestation and fish aren't touching them. I don't know. I would ask you to take a picture and post it in the group. But I don't know if you have anything that could take a clear picture of them. It's kind of hard to take pictures of small little bugs in aquariums. Hi Bob, I'm moving in a few months, and the area I'm moving to has soft water. Is that okay for Praecox Rainbow? Would they be okay with Chili Rasboras? I feel like Chili Rasboras are going to be a bit small for Praecox Rainbows. But Praecox Rainbows can go in soft water. Absolutely. What tank mates would I recommend for a multifasciata shell dwellers in a standard 55-gallon? Cyprichromis for sure. Or you could do like a pile of rocks on one side and then kind of like scape it down into your shells. And then you could have like rock dwellers in there, which would be cool. But something for the top of the water column, definitely Cyprichromis. I had that exact same tank, shell dwellers, multis, and Cyprichromis, and they did well. The thing you just have to watch out for is at night when the Cyprichromis go down to sleep. You got to make sure there's enough room for them to get away from the shell dwellers. But Usually not that big of a deal unless you have like a billion of them. Rose Aquatics says, I sell scuds if anybody wants some. I have scuds in my turtle tank. Video the bugs, playback, pause, and zoom in and get a screenshot. There you go. I sell scuds if anyone wants them. Henry Lee, hello. Have you picked your... Wait. Ginger Grave says, Zen Ginger, have you picked your next river life art? There's one that I really want, but I'm tapped out right now. You're tapped out right now, and yet you're still bidding on rainbow fish. You sound like a fish keeper, my friend. You sound like every fish keeper I've ever known. I'm tapped out, but I'm still buying fish somehow. It's the way it goes. Definitely the way it goes. What else do we got here? I want to hear more about this upcoming car channel. Well, we could talk about that on like a Saturday stream if we ever did a stream. Different budget streams. Yeah. Oh, I already read that one. I almost said something I shouldn't have said. Tapped out after the rainbow bid. Okay, well, now I'm going to go bid on him. Rainbow fish. Let's see where they are. Yeah, that's a good looking rainbow fish. I like the name. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to bid on him. Sorry, my video driver crashed. You know what? Are you sure it was the video driver? Are you sure it was the video card? It's probably like the cable's like half plugged in. CJ Black, what's going on? I'm late, but I made it. That is true. That is true. Priorities, yeah. Yep. So you have to eat top ramen for a week. It's worth it. It's worth some cool fish. Always. Always. I want a woodpecker? Oh, you must be talking about the art. I was gonna say that's kind of weird. Bad Bob almost showed up. Yep, almost. And people don't like that guy, so I gotta keep him at bay. You guys know I've been really wanting to rant about something, and so far I've held off. But, you know, it could come at any time. It really could. Dwayne says, Blue Dream Shrimp in a 300-gallon tote outside for summer, question mark. Sounds amazing to me. What's the question? Do it. I've got top ramen and we'll be eating it. What's my favorite top ramen? Man, probably... Is there such a thing as... I'm gonna look it up before I say it. Yes, the creamy chicken top ramen is my favorite. Creamy. That's one of those words like moist. Creamy and moist. People don't like those words. I don't know why. They're just words. They are just words. Buy the Clearwater Creek rainbow fish on Aquabid, Bob. I've actually kept the Clearwater Creek, so if I was to bid on something, it would be something I've never kept before. Love a good rant. Yep. Maybe someday, but not today. Not today. Would living room lights on most of the time be enough to add an algae problem? Everyone works different hours, so someone is always home. A tank lights up only 6 hours a day. So it could definitely add to algae problems. Yep. Any light. A lot of people do like the moon lighting at night, and even that would add to algae problems. Ramen isn't as good since they took the MSGs out. I have no idea about any of that stuff, but I know that I can order a pack of 24 top ramen for like $3 on Amazon, and it'll be here in like 2 hours. That's all I know. CJ Black says, I've been working on a 110-gallon water feature. Can't decide if I want goldfish or something else. You know, honestly, I think that's why I'm kind of leaning towards goldfish lately, is because, I mean, we're almost in June and I still can't put fish outside. But if I had goldfish, I could have fish outside. So, I don't know. I think that's a big contributing factor to me wanting goldfish again. Have I ever kept orange flask epistogrammas? Absolutely I have. They are amazing. Any advice on keeping a pair? Thanks, brah. Thanks, brah. Super easy fish. So the thing about orange flash is that they're just cockatoides. There's no difference between orange flash or super red or, you know, the ones with no color, the wild caught. They're very forgiving of water parameters. So you don't, if you have hard water, soft water, these days they've been, you know, hobbyist bred. They've been spawned in farms for so long that from all over the world that they can pretty much go in any water parameters at this point. Super easy. But if you just want like the general, like 78 degrees, 7.0 pH, feed them a high quality food. They're going to breed for you. It really doesn't get any easier than epistogramma cockatoides. It doesn't. Goldfish are year round here, but spawning something else like dwarf neon rainbows is very tempt. Koi are the best outside. Koi is one fish that I will never get into. And never say never, but I never will. Bob, when you're tired of them, I'll buy them. 3 Alaskan rocks is fair, yes. As long as they're flat and it can be used as like pleco caves, then yes. Well, that was an odd comment to be held by the tubes. What? What'd I miss? What happened? I didn't see any comments held. I hate when I miss stuff. Tisha says, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it. Oh, yeah. If you have an opportunity to get some orange flash, definitely do it. I'm honestly hoping that my triple/quadruple red will throw some orange flash. Hopefully. That would be ideal. That way I would get the triple red, quadruple red, and orange flash all coming from the same little group of epistos. That's the way to do it. I have a box of flat Alaskan rocks in my garage waiting for you to pick them up. I know I still need to come up there. I've been saying that for like 4 years. Honestly, there's a lot of places I need to go. But I'm an introvert. What are you going to do? Hello, everyone. Late today, better late than never. Bob sent you a pic. I do not check messages during my stream. But my advice still holds true. Post them in the Facebook group because I am certainly not one that's going to know very much of anything. You get more eyes seeing it in my Facebook group, but I'll check it out after the stream. Yep, that is a picante ramen with peas are a YouTube what? Picante ramen with peas are a YouTube nope. I don't even know what that means, but okay. Just 3D printed a minnow trap. Oh, the 3D printers. What you can do with the 3D printer. Do you ever print like your own moss ledges and things like that? Those are pretty cool. There's someone local to me that has a little side business just 3D printing little moss mats. Does pretty well. Anyways, so what else is going on here, folks? What in the world are we doing here? Let's see. 128 people, huh? Not yet, but I will now. Yeah, I mean, honestly, those little moss ledges, they sell. At least I mean, I'll be honest. I don't spend as much time in like the planted Facebook groups as I used to. But back in the day, those 3D printed little moss ledges, they sold, and they sold fast. I mean, you're only talking like a couple bucks, but they just sold all the time. It was Chevy's comment about peas. Not sure why it was held for approval. Interesting. Well, thank you, mods, for being on it, I guess. You also need to come to KC for barbecue. You know what I learned about KC? And this is completely off topic and it might get me demonetized. But you guys have a secret, not so secret anymore, underground, like LSD, like, it's like this group of people that go to this secret underground place and just do LSD in these like old sewer tunnels. I'm telling you, when you're doing YouTube at like 2, 3 in the morning, you come across some weird stuff, and that's how I found out about this. Kansas City has this weird underground network of LSD users. So random. I don't even know why I brought that up, but you talked about KC and it reminded me of it. But anyways, I do need to come to KC for barbecue. Because our barbecue, we don't have barbecue here. All barbecue in Washington is trash. Fist pump. Boom, with the $5 fist bump. Thanks, T-Shot. I appreciate it. I'm smoking 2 pork butts this weekend. All right. Micro dosing parties. Man, I tell you, that's just seems weird. And like, there's these pictures of all these people in like these sewer tunnels underground doing some pretty hardcore drugs, man. Jeez. I don't know what you guys are doing in KC, but y'all some weird people. I get tired of people constantly posting the moss ledges for sale in my group. Yep. They sell though. They sell. I wonder, like, I mean, obviously you're not going to make $1 million and be able to retire off of it, but it's that, you know what? Nowadays there's probably so many 3D printers. It's probably so like, or yeah, everyone's probably doing it by now. But a couple years ago, that was a good business. Sounds like a whack plan. I know. I don't want to get into it too much. I just thought it was weird. Is it just me, but Bob's talking like an old J? I don't know what an old J is. What's an old J? I just print for myself. Yeah. What else have I seen? I've seen like weird like 3D printed like chambers for hang on back filters, people making their own chambers. I feel like if you could get a 3D printer that was like the size, the smallest one that I would want, it would have to be like the size of like maybe a washing machine or a refrigerator, because I'd want to 3D print some pretty large crap, like the little like $400 jobbies on Amazon that are like 12 by 12. No, I want to print something bigger than that. There is underground stuff everywhere. If you're interested, I'll talk about the club, about having you out. Tickets to KC are pretty cheap right now. Are you talking about the LSD club or your fish club? I don't know. I'm just kidding, man. I'm just kidding. I use my great grandmother's barbecue sauce recipe. Boy, I tell you what, the other day I barbecued. What did I barbecue? I barbecued a bunch of steaks, a bunch of chicken breasts. It was so good. Me and my dogs ate pretty well for a couple days. And I just bought a bunch more top sirloin. My dogs have been eating top sirloin steaks all week because they were $2.79 a pound. And that's a pretty good deal. Pretty good deal around here for top sirloin. 3D print aquarium frames where all you got to do is silicone them. Those frames, I'm telling you, I feel like everyone needs 55-gallon frames at some point in their life, because people are always snapping that center frame. Why not both clubs? Jeez. I use my grandmother's barbecue sauce. Sounds amazing. 3D printed. Okay, I think I'm all caught up. Anyways, so are we gonna get off on any other tangents, or are we done here? Should we keep going, or are we done? It is 10 o'clock. We can keep going if you guys want, or we can call it. Back in the day, I stumbled upon ideas of drunk guys shooting bottle rockets from their backsides. Yeah, I don't know. We're getting pretty far out there. shooting bottle rockets out of your buttholes. Are we really talking about this on a fish live stream? I mean, come on. That's Grilling Bob. I'm not very good at that, but I can smoke pork. Barbecuing is definitely not as good as like cooking steaks on a cast iron skillet is the best, but barbecuing is still good. Like that smell. Bob, if you don't come to KC, you'll never see my tanks. Honestly, if I came to your place, seeing your tanks would be the last thing I want to do. I don't want to play with your other toys, if you know what I mean, which I'm pretty sure you do. That would be way more fun, I feel. This is much better than work. Barbara Jackson, those videos are hilarious. Posted it in your Facebook group, Bob. If you guys keep posting stuff in my Facebook group, I'm going to have to check it. I enjoy listening while I buy stuff. I'll be buying stuff all day. Yeah. You're probably, well, I just got here. Don't go. Don't go. Well, I'm kind of out of stuff to talk about, to be honest. So I'm really relying on you guys to comment. Everyone who's been lurking, you need to make one comment right now. If you haven't commented this entire live stream, comment something. Right meow. Facebook group. Oh, yes. Okay, fine. I'll go to my Facebook group. Jeez Louise. Haven't been on my group in like 3 months, but I'll go now. Anyone know what kind of bugs these are? Hey, here we go. I see water spots. Are you talking about the little white things? Oh, I see a little fry. Is that a little fry? I see 2 fry. You have 2 fry there. I would say, I don't know what those are. They look like little white spots. I would say they're definitely not eggs. Bob, what type of turtle do you have? I have a yellow belly slider, female yellow belly slider, and she is an angry old gal. She's very aggro. Do not get your fingers close to her mouth because you will lose them. But I love her. She's awesome. She's amazing. And I also can't wait to get her out in the ponds because she's in a 90-gallon tank right now and she needs to be outside. She needs to be outside in the sun if we ever get it. 3D printed minnow trap. This is 80% size. I'm going to test the gambusia in my pond. Well, there you go. That looks like the little things from like Hobby Lobby that, I don't know what they're called, light diffusers or something. I don't know. What do you feed your rainbows? Anything and everything. Like honestly, freeze dried, frozen, live. I have like every type of fish food you could buy, except I think I'm out of omega-1. But seriously, I have like every brand of fish food. And I never feed the same thing 2 days in a row because I believe that variety is the spice of life when it comes to fish and reptiles. And so I always mix it up. Even when I barbecued chicken and steak and gave it to my dogs, even my Tegu got barbecue chicken and steak. So when I barbecue for everyone. What are my Memorial Day plans? I have a graduation party. My sister's kids graduated from high school this year, so that's what I'll be doing. It's supposed to be nice, so hopefully I can go for a ride on my motorcycle. It's only supposed to be nice for 2 days. 2 days of sun. One of them is going to be at the graduation party, and then hopefully I can get out and ride the other day. But we'll see. Comment. Thank you. Thank you for the comment. How are your dad's birds doing? Amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I really love the free, fresh eggs that I get all the time. They're so much better than store-bought eggs. Night and day difference. I don't think I could ever eat store-bought eggs ever again. Yo, what up, Bob? What up, indoor fishing inside? Need a good 20-inch planted light. I'm really liking my new eBay light from China, and I'll get the video out next week. How about that? It really depends on how much you want to spend. But honestly, Night Crew, all those eBay lights are pretty dang good, to be honest. When are you getting Goldfish? As soon as I can find good quality for cheap. Oh man, right? How much can a ground hound mound if a ground hound could ground mound? I've never heard of that in my life. Dwayne says, Bob, me and Charles both have some cool toys, and I'd have cool places to use them. I know. Let's see. What's the airport in Kansas City? Seattle to Casey. I'll just put Casey. How about that? MCO, is that it? I don't know. $200 round trip. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. I had where am I at? I lost my place. Good golly, Miss Molly. Groundhound mounds. Yep. Bob, what kind of rainbow fish would you stock in an outdoor 2,500 gallon pond? Holy smokes. Honestly, I would put every single type of rainbow I could get my hands on out there. I would not put them out there to breed, but I would just put them out there to be awesome, and they would breed, and they would interbreed, and that would be okay. I wouldn't care, but I would put all different kinds of species out there. 2,500 gallons is a lot. What is the greatest challenges in experiencing what? Wait, let me start over. What has been your greatest challenges and experience breed for profit? Honestly, I would say if you're talking about breeding for profit, it was no challenge at all because it was cherry shrimp, guppies, and bristlenose plecos. It was no challenge at all. Greatest challenges for breeding for profit. Yep. I think that's what you're asking, and it was no challenge at all. Now, if you're asking what's going to be my hardest, it's definitely going to be rainbow fish. Before all this weird stuff happened, and kind of during it, I've been stocking up on my own personal rainbow fish to breed. I don't know that it'll ever get to a point where it's going to be breeding for profit, but we'll see. We'll see. Still have to come to KC though, Bob, but might as well do it this summer as I'll still be in KC. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Never really know what's going to happen around here lately. I got Chicago in August. But yeah. I still want to go to Florida. I have to go to California. So, we'll see. We'll see. I just need to come up with a talk that clubs will pay me to come and do, so they cover airfare. That would be ideal, but nobody wants to pay to see me talk because I have nothing really to talk about. John says, I only have 2 tortoises. They're getting big, 75 and 120 pounds. I only have 2 tortoises. Granted, they're 200 pounds between the 2 of them, but I only have 2. That's awesome. I would love a tortoise. The Petco. I was at Petco the other day, and actually I was at Petco yesterday getting bones, and they have their Russian tortoises at 25% off right now, and if I wait a little longer, they'll be at 50% off, which will be pretty tempting. Pretty tempting. Been chirping away at overhauling 180 for South Americans. Chipping away. Kenny says, chipping away. Do you have to reseal it? Because that does not sound like fun. What do you feed newly hatched rainbow fry? Well, I am planning on vinegar eels. If I ever get any rainbows to spawn, I'll be using vinegar eels and powdered food. That's it. Does your dad keep roosters or hens only? Roosters and hens. Excuse me. Roosters and hens. And some some definitely attack roosters too. If you go in there, they do attack. It's kind of funny. Have you had trouble keeping cardinal tetras also? I've actually stayed away from cardinal tetras pretty much my entire fish keeping life. I don't believe they're worth the extra price, and I'd rather go with neon tetras than cardinal tetras. So yeah, I don't know that man, have I ever even kept cardinal tetras? I feel like somewhere along the way I probably have. But one, they like warmer water, and I don't really heat my aquariums. And yeah, the extra cost over neon tetras, they look almost the same. Although the red all the way across the bottom does look better, but still, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't see the extra cost. I've been finishing my perennial bed. Ask CJ Black, what tank mates for dwarf neon rainbow fish? Anything you want. Any community fish whatsoever will go with any rainbow fish. Not just Pracox rainbows, but any. You live in Seattle. I'm Federal Way, getting started again. Yes, I am pretty close to Seattle. But as far as having trouble keeping cardinal tetras, I have heard that they can be just as delicate as some neon tetras. But I don't know. Do you think freshwater clouded archers would be good tank mates for rainbows, panagaras, and SAE? Oh yeah. I don't see any problem with that. Tiffany White says, I've been feeding rainbow fry golden pearls 50 to 1,000 microns. That's the smallest thing I have. That's what I have too. Golden pearls are absolutely amazing. I think I had them in a video not too long ago, but I don't remember. But I'm pretty sure I did. What do you feed? Oh, yep. So vinegar eels and golden pearls definitely are my go-to. Would Orange Flash be happy living alone in a community tank, or should he have other Apistos with them? So Orange Flash, Apisto males would be just fine living by themselves. Females, again, probably okay by themselves, but males are territorial, so you don't want too many males in a tank anyways. But yeah. Bob Kaler says, Bob, that's what's missing in your life. Bob, there's a lot of things missing in my life, but I don't think it's cardinal tetras. I don't. Like, even at my wholesale prices, I'm like, well, I could buy one cardinal, or for the same price, I could have like 10 neon tetras. I have new turquoise rainbow fry. Do you think 50 to 100 micron golden pearls is small enough for them? I think that's the smallest food I have. 50 micron, definitely. Yep. One thing you could also do is don't forget about rapashi. You can feed it powder, or you could actually make it and throw it in there and just let them graze on it. So, rapashi, another good one. Peacock Gudgeon just ate $30 of a mono shrimp. Who knew a gudgeon can jump that far? Jump? CJ Black, I pickle them. I pickle a lot of them, but they're picked as medallions with carrots and onions. I don't even know what you guys are talking about. Emperor tetras. Okay. Have you ever seen cardinal tetras or neons eat plants or be aggressive? I personally have not. I totally agree on the tetra thing. You can fit more neons in a tank or bucket or whatever you have. Yeah, honestly, I just don't see the... I'm not saying that cardinal tetras aren't awesome, but I would rather have neon... okay. So what's the cost of a cardinal tetra? Like $3 maybe? So $36 and you get like a dozen of them. Or $36 and you can have like 3 dozen neon tetras. Bigger schools are always better in my opinion. They look better, they're more fun to watch. And so however much I would spend on cardinal tetras, I'd rather that money go to neon and have a way bigger school. That's just kind of my outlook on it. Can't fit any more neons, pickle them, peacock gudgeons. I'm actually surprised that a peacock gudgeon is eating a mono shrimp, because a mono shrimp are kind of the same size as peacock gudgeons. Full grown anyways, full grown. That's crazy. All right, we got 9 more minutes. Because I'm starting to get hungry and I need some breakfast. Bob, if you applied your same logic of cost for cardinals to cars or rainbows, every time you would go for the cardinals. Would I? I don't think so, because you're comparing cardinals to neons specifically, whereas there's like 150 different type of rainbows and who knows how many different types of cars. So we're only comparing like 2 specific fish. Now, if it was like I could buy 1 McLaren or like 100 hoopties, I would buy 100 hoopties every time, because that's going to be way more fun. Yeah, but half the neons will die, at least in my experience. Yeah, but that's the same thing with cardinals. I mean, in my experience, which is none, well, yeah, I guess I can't really say, because I've never really kept cardinals. But, I don't know. Wendy's maple bacon just had. Oh, I'll be making bacon for sure. Bacon was on sale, and I got packs and packs of bacon, packs of sausages, packs of chicken breast, and packs of top sirloin. I got so much meat right now. Anyways, so cheap rainbows, no more collectibles. I don't know. I don't think we're making a fair analogy. It's not really a fair comparison. I don't know. Do I like dwarf rainbow fish? Come on. I love all rainbow fish. Can you keep 2 boys to a girl? Wait, can you keep 2 boys to a girl and fish, or is it a bad idea? It really depends on the fish. No comment. Yeah, I had to end that train of thought real quick. Anyways, my experience too, Barbara. Yeah, but half the neons will die. I've actually only had 1 batch of bad neon tetras in my entire life. So, what's my favorite fish? Koi. Probably koi, I think, or Oscars. But not just any Oscars. It's got to be albino. Albino Oscars might be my favorite. Koi might be my favorite. Parrotfish. Hillbilly goldfish. There's so many. It's hard to choose just one. Gotta go to work. See y'all later. See you, UPSer. Go live the dream, my friend. Want to possibly try my hand in killifish? Get eggs mailed. Ah, man. Good luck, my friend. Good luck. I did not see that, Ginger, but I'm guessing they're all gone now since you did. Were you here when Bob showed Oddball Aquatics has some rainbows on Aquabid? If not, just FYI. They're all on bids, so they're still there. I did not see that, Ginger, but I'm guessing they're all gone now since you did. You can just outbid her. That's all you got to do. And she is tapped. She cannot bid anymore, I think. I think that's what she said. Oh, yeah, they are. Yeah, they're all over $100. Bear Bottom Advance says, my kids left the refrigerator door open 3 times this week, so I stopped buying food after having to throw out $300 worth of food. Good Lord. Good Lord. Man. If I had to throw out $300 worth of meat, that would be like the 17th worst day of my life. Any cabals with Corey coming? I don't even know what that means. I have absolutely zero idea. What price would you sell cribenzas as? If you're talking about the common crib, I would give them away just to get rid of them. Man, the common crib is so cheap. especially wholesale. Maybe like $1. I don't know. I don't know. It depends. Are you selling them online? Are you selling them to a fish store? They're, in my experience, the common crib is a very hard fish to get rid of. But, you know, it could just be my area. You know, my area is kind of known for guppies and shrimp, so maybe that could have something to do with it. I would rather get 50 Aussie rainbows from PetSmart for 100. Oh, you're paying too much for Aussie rainbows, man. I know a guy. Let me get you my Aussie guy, my Aussie rainbow guy. You're breeding Serpe tetras? Rose Aquatics is breeding Serpe tetras. Those are nice. Probably a bit underrated. I think the Priscilla tetra is a little underrated. I think the lemon tetra is underrated. I would love a giant school of lemon tetras. Is there such a thing? Has that ever been done? Let's look. Good Lord, there's 150 people watching. Lemon tetra school. Not really. There's some small schools on here. I think that gives me an idea. I think it does. I love white fin rosy tetras. Those are my all-time favorite tetra. Absolute all-time favorite tetra. Back in December, I ordered some African cichlid yellow peacocks, and last month they text me and said I meant get some lemon Jake sunshine yellow. What? I ordered yellow peacocks, and last month they text me. I have to get some lemon Jake and sunshine yellows. Well, I don't completely understand your comment there, Jerry, but I agree with you that lemon Jakes are awesome. And the sunshine yellows, if it's the one I'm thinking of, I feel like there's 100 different names for those. All excellent peacocks and would definitely look good together. I agree. I want a bunch of gold barbs. They seem underrated to me. You know what barb I saw the other day that I really like was the African banded barb. I almost bought a bunch of them, but I didn't because of monetary reasons. But the African banded barb, it's just a silver fish with black bands, black vertical bands, but man, do they look cool all swimming around together. Maybe someday. Dwayne, I have golden barbs and they are awesome. The gold barbs are awesome. I think barbs in general, pretty underrated fish. I think the problem is that tiger barbs kind of give barbs a bad rap. There's a lot of peaceful barbs that do well in community aquariums, but I think tiger barbs kind of give them a bad rap. Just my opinion, though. I think diamond tetras are a bit underrated. They're beautiful fish in person. Oh, that's true. Bob, just do a tank with 1,000 ember tetras. If someone could guarantee me the quality of their ember tetras, then that would be amazing. But there's nothing worse. And this is why I stopped buying ember tetras for my website. Because there's nothing worse than buying ember tetras and just getting orange tetras. Like, they should be fiery red. They should be like fire red, shrimp red, super red. And that's just pretty rare to come across that kind of quality in ember tetras these days. At least for me. I used to have some ember tetras that were just as red as my cherry barbs. But the last couple times I got ember tetras, they were just orange, and it was very disappointing. Haley, do you need an old-fashioned intervention? Yeah, you're going crazy on TikTok, my friend. Absolutely crazy. I mean, I'm glad you figured it out. I downloaded TikTok, and I was like, what the F is going on? And I had that on my phone for about 10 minutes, and it was out of there. I was just like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know anything. This has got to go. I can give you about 200 angelfish if you want them. If you're talking to me, the answer is no. But I don't think that you are. I got the red panda barbs to breed. Red panda barbs are awesome. I've ordered them twice, and each time I've ordered them, I've gotten a mix of barbs. I've never gotten an actual full order of red panda barbs. CJ Black says, I think you're right, Bob. I got rid of my tiger barbs and I've never been tempted to buy any others. Tiger barbs were just too nippy. I will say that after ordering the green tiger barbs for, I believe it was, who was that for? Mr. Zen Ginger, I believe, if I remember correctly. I did fall in love with the green tiger barb, but I still know that they're going to be a bit nippy. So... anyways, I'm just saying, I've usually been anti-tiger barbs until I actually kept the green ones. And they were actually pretty fun to watch. What rainbows can you put in a 55-gallon? Any rainbow. Any rainbow will go in a 4-foot tank if it's the standard 4-foot 55. When I need ditherfish to go with praycocks, or would they be happy enough without? They'll be happy enough without. Praycocks don't need ditherfish. Ditherfish are for fish that need security, like plecos. Plecos, if you want to see plecos, then you need ditherfish. Rainbows are very boisterous. They're generally not afraid, so no issues. What kind of barbs would you do with larger rainbows? Oh man, I will say I'm still really digging the black ruby barbs. Is that it? Or is it just ruby barb? It's black ruby barb, right? Oh my gosh, I'm having a brain fart. Black ruby barb. Yeah, that's it. Black ruby barb. Super, super underrated barb, in my opinion. It takes a little while for them to grow out and get that color. But once they get that color, they are amazing. Or the panda barb would be a good one that we just talked about. The drapefin barb is a smaller barb. Would do really well with praycox rainbows. Drapefin barb is probably one of my favorite barbs of all time. Will rainbow spawn in green water? Absolutely. I'm going to try to film the import tonight at Aquatic Arts, but I'm not sure when I'll get to post it or how it will turn out. I just hatched 2 batches. Zen Ginger says, I just hatched 2 batches and now can't get a hold of my LFS, and now I'm concerned. You're talking about the angelfish? Yeah, I would never, ever in my life breed angelfish just for that reason. Oh man, I see it happen a lot. It seems like anybody that like breeds angelfish eventually gets stuck with too many of them at some point. It's bound to happen. Something's bound to go wrong and you end up with like 9,000 angelfish fry. T-Shot says, thanks for the chat, Bob. Stay safe. Thanks, T-Shot. Stay safe yourself, my friend. I know the usual is Denison bars, but trying to get away from the usual. That's why I chose Parkinsoni rainbows instead of Bosemani. Denison barbs are awesome. But yeah. I'm telling you, the thing I like about the black ruby barb is they're smaller. And so you can get quite a few of them. They school. And once they get that color, man, you'll fall in love with them as soon as they get their color. That's why I like to keep some large predator fish when I start breeding angels. Yeah, I had to do the same thing when I had guppies. There was a couple times when I had to turn guppies into fish food. But now I have a turtle, so I don't need large predators. I got a turtle. That's all I need. Feeder angelfish. Yep, it's true. It's true. Well, anyways, I think that's going to do it for today, guys. I got to thank the Fish Tank Barn, Carrie, Yellen, and T-Shop for the super chats. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Man, we got 165 people, which is kind of crazy for a Thursday. But that's going to do it. thank you all. I appreciate you all. I will be back here Monday, as you know, 5 p.m. Pacific. Maybe Fish Room Fever. Maybe we can get something set up for Saturday. I'd love to do a Saturday night stream and get crazy and weird. I don't know. Maybe rant. But clearly someone is here, so I gotta go. I'll see you guys later. Thank you. And I hope you all have a great holiday.